I'm gonna give y'all a minute to come in here because we gotta talk about this. I just gave 3 hours of my life to Keyshia Cole and Ashanti. And I want to reclaim my time. But I want to talk about this with y'all. What? Like, what did we just watch, y'all? Come on in. Who want to come live with me right now? My girl CB Queen said, girl. Mama Sita said, oh, waste of my life. My life drained the F out of me, okay? Oh, my baby Antoine says, hey, well, what the did we just watch? Y'all. Papa said, make it plain. I'm just trying to understand. I don't understand. We waited 6 weeks, by the way, guys. 6 whole weeks for y'all to get it together. And this is what you deliver. Keyshia Cole showed up drunk or high. I don't know what that was. She was 1 hour and 20 minutes late. No apologies. No explanation. She's snapping at Ashanti. She's snapping at whoever's on. No, ma'am. No. Garbage. That's how I feel. A mess. Is everyone okay? That's what I want to know, sis. I left after 2 songs. The microphone. Y'all. How many verses have we had now? Like, they've done this several times to have worked out these kinks. And I just can't make sense. I can't. I'm having a problem with it. I just don't. We waited and then waited. We waited an entire hour. Ashanti came out in good spirits, bless her heart. I really liked that. I appreciated that. And she did the best she could to keep the energy high. The DJs were like not really hitting the mark. I saw somebody in the comments say they found the DJ on Craigslist. I can't. And I actually think the DJ because Ashanti had a DJ as well. Keyshia Cole's DJ, he definitely was on some payola time. It was one song that played Yayo by Erykah Badu at the beginning. It was like a sample. He played that 5 or 6 times. So, he was getting a coin for that because who the fuck was the artist? Nobody could name them. Then that Fat Joe song, Bless Their Heart. I understand they trying to push that little boy, Morpheus or whatever. I don't want to hear that no more. It just came out today and I'm already over it. Like, they were still setting up the set an hour into the show. So I repeat, we had 6 weeks. This thing has been postponed not once, but twice. Y'all had tons of time to work out all the kinks and get it together. And you still missed the mark. The setup was trash. Keyshia Cole couldn't sit still. Ants was in sis pants. And she didn't even dance. She just got up and walked off at one point. She walked off the set. Like, I don't understand. I'm just thinking about the promos. And Ashanti's promo was lit. She had all of the awards that she won, her performances, the amazing stuff that she's done. And Keyshia Cole was singing Love live. So there's that. Who is the publicist? Says my girl Zace Capella said, who is the publicist? I need to know because y'all failed. Also, I need to know, what was Keyshia Cole drinking? Why did she have so many cups? Did anybody get into that? Sis had a white mug with a straw. There were 2 black mugs with a straw. She had a tumbler that she was pouring into a sniffler, whatever you call that glass. Like, what? I don't know what we watched tonight, but it felt tragic. It felt like it shouldn't have been recorded. It felt like somebody should have escorted our good sis off the stage, held her hand and prayed with her. Like, for real. Like, this night should have started the way Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond did with TD Jakes doing a prayer. They needed that because tonight was a mess. It was terrible. No, baby, she had more than 2 cups. Keyshia Cole had cups on cups on cups. Ashanti was there for the show. Ashanti gave me professionalism. Ashanti was cute. She tried, and she could have been frustrated and let that energy affect her. And that made me like her even more because she carried the weight of the night, I feel like. Even, okay, do y'all remember when they came back from intermission and Keyshia Cole kind of snapped? Girl, no, ma'am. You're in no position. Like, I don't understand. Somebody said, I'm not saying this. I saw in the comments, somebody was like, Keyshia done gotten Frankie stash, and I fell out. But what I do know is tonight was giving Bella Noche realness, okay? It was upsetting me and my homegirls. I didn't want it. We didn't want it. First of all, truthfully, we never asked for this versus. And then I'm like, okay, it could be cute. It was exactly what I feared it was going to be, a hot mess. A hot mess. We didn't want it. Like, you were late, sis. An hour and a half late, and you come in with an attitude? How? Where did you do that? How does that even make sense? And I repeat, you didn't even offer your fans an explanation. Like, y'all, we can't. I don't even. I can't find the words. It was terrible. Bonus L said terrible with a U. That's how you know it was bad, okay? It felt like a manic episode. That's what it gave me as well. So I wrote the recap for Revolt. It's published now. I don't have the guts to read it because I had to be kind of real. And it was certain points that I'm like, I don't even want to mention it because a few months from now is going to come out what was happening, and I don't want to be the one that was like kind of making it a joke. But like, I really think something was going on. I don't know if somebody pissed her off. That's my hope, is that something negative kind of like frustrated Keyshia before she came on set and she couldn't turn it off. But I don't know what she was given tonight. It gave me it was problematic, sis. Like, are you okay? She probably ain't got no publicist these days. She at the stage in her life where she had to cut that bill. I'm done. Pretty Rico Band said Keyshia Cole's not even bringing in the coin to have a publicist. I'm not gonna co-sign that. I mean, Keyshia had the show on Fox Soul. Like, she looked like she was doing well, and she's been able to keep her brand going. So that's why I'm so surprised to see her behave like that tonight. I don't know. I'm not really into her like that, so maybe she always acts like that. And I get, she sounds like she kind of grew up in a certain environment where I guess that's like normal, but it was just real ratchet. She gave me, no, I didn't like it. I didn't want it. She took me to Oakland for real, and I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. How you 14 hours late and still doing intermission? That's what I was trying to figure out. The audacity, the gall to take a break. Ma'am, you're already late. Like, that's like showing up to work, clocking in, and being like, yeah, I'm going to lunch. No, ma'am. You just got here. You haven't done anything. I saw somebody in the comments when they took intermission was like, I last longer in bed than this Verzuz did. I fell out, y'all. They were cutting up, by the way, in the comments. And if y'all weren't watching, Prima Donna said she was giving away 6 air fryers. Okay, so Prima Donna, I want my air fryer, sis. I saw that comment and I wanted. The comments were truly okay. My editor just texted me something. What was I saying? Oh, the comments were truly the star tonight. Truth be told, maybe their outfits are fashion. Y'all, I gotta go back to work. I need one more highlight. What was y'all? Okay, maybe y'all can help me out. What's a highlight that I could put in my recap for Revolt? Because, I want it to be good. I want it to be hearty. But, I mean, tonight was really disappointing. Yesterday we watched She Needed Bow Wow to Keep Her on Track. Shut up, Pretty Rico Bands. Stephon, shut up. No, y'all. Everybody was giving discount codes. Foot Action had me cracking up. Okay, I don't know who was running their social media account. They nailed it tonight. They were hilarious. Who else did I see that like really stood out? Of course, all the comedians were really funny. But child, OT Genesis, he's in my recap already. That was cute. And I kind of lightened the mood, but even Keyshia didn't really react to that the way I thought she could have. Like, that was an opportunity to shift your energy, kind of like loosen up, have fun, be playful. No, man. Like, she was even kind of like me mugging him. You knew he was coming, right? Like, he's on set. Like, girl, sir, I just don't even understand. It was the ants in the pants for me. She was squirmy AF. She could not sit still, y'all. It was the weirdest thing. It was so weird. And she had a coochie wedgie. Shut up. She was about to bust out of that top. That was one of the points that I made in my review for Revolt. I was like, her cups were running over. And I don't just mean the drinks that she was drinking from. That top was like too small or whatever was going on, girl. Tonight was a mess. It was a mess. When Ashanti had enough and snapped back after intermission and said, cut the talking shit. That's what I'm saying. Ashanti came to do business. I don't know what Keyshia was on. But when she snapped at her, I just couldn't, like, deal with that. Like, how dare you have the audacity to show up late? Ashanti came and swept up your mess and kept us entertained. She didn't even trip once we started and you kind of, like, acted funny at the very, very beginning of the night. And then you got the audacity to come back from intermission and still be on some bullshit? No. Keyshia was talking on top of
Ashanti songs. I thought that was super disrespectful. Like, why? Why would you go there? Like, I don't know. Sis was like, she gave me out of her mind tease. I don't know what was happening. Hopefully she was just excited and a little drunk. I know that happens. Like, no judgment there. But if it's something else going on, I hope sis gets the help that she needs, because tonight was really strange. It was really strange. She kept saying what's happening, or how she was confused. I'm confused. She kept saying, I'm confused. Like, about what? Another thing that frustrated me was that we didn't really get backstories. Like, that was the allure of watching the verses, is like the behind the scenes, behind the music kind of stories that they could offer when they would set up the songs. But Keyshia came in fist of fury, trying to rush through the show, that we didn't even get to talk. You know what I mean? Like, the first few songs, they just sped through them. And I don't know if somebody was in Ashanti's ear coaching her, or if it was just on her heart to share the stories, but she was able to pull that back into the element. I just was over it tonight. I'm so disappointed. That part, the lack of stories, pissed me off. Exactly. That's why we're here. Like, we could play the playlist. The playlist on Spotify and iTunes is already going to be there. We know that. That's how y'all run up y'all numbers. But the point of watching it live is to feel like we were there, to get those untold stories. And then, truth be told, and I really do love Ashanti, so I'm not trying to come from her, but neither one of y'all can sing, so we definitely weren't here for the vocals that were not on point tonight either. So I don't understand. Keyshia singing flat. She sang with all of Ashanti songs. That's what I'm saying. Like, it felt intentional too. Like, you're singing on top of some your other person's songs and you're not doing it well. Like, how disrespectful. How rude. Keyshia was way off key. I mean, when is she ever on key? I'm just telling the truth. Listen, the promo. I'm not saying nothing that's not public information. Go to the promo. I said, Zay Capella said, you said what you said. I said what I said. They're not vocalists, and we know that. But we still love them for the music that they embody, the stories that they tell, the women that they represent. And I just couldn't relate to the Keyshia Cole character. That's all that I'm just trying to communicate tonight. Someone compared them to our favorite retail stores. Somebody said Ashanti is Target and Keyshia Cole is Walmart at 3 a.m. And I felt that. I felt that deep within my soul, because I couldn't relate. I didn't feel at home. I'm just looking at Ashanti sitting there, sitting pretty, holding it together with all her East Coast flair. And that was another thing that made me real proud to be from the East Coast, because I'm like, y'all West Coast girls is a little rough around the edges. Sis, I told them under the live, what did you say? Keyshia came in like it was 07 and she's not in high demand now. That's what I'm saying. You were not in a position to turn people off in that way. In fact, the point of these versus things is to draw in new fans, people who, to bridge the gap of the generations. And I feel like sis missed her mark. Like, on a serious note, I think she completely missed the mark. Especially, again, someone like me, I never was like the biggest Keyshia Cole fan. So I really came in with the hope of her winning me over, me seeing something different, me hearing something different. No, I don't resonate with her. And watching that was just not it. Queen Lemove said we had moments when the sound was off too. It sounded like Zoom when they don't share the sound, but instead they play music at the speaker. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And for them to have all of those sponsors now too, like this, like y'all are really making money off of this. So now I feel like there's little to no excuse to have a poor quality production like that. Y'all know what to do. We've done this. How many verses have there been now? I don't get it. Yeah, don't be having me cutting up. They should have been in the same room. I think that would have helped a little bit. I mean, I get that they needed to be safe. Being in the same room would have probably helped with the technical difficulties for sure. But what turned me off beyond the technical difficulties was the energy. Like, I'm really sensitive to energies. And I felt it as soon as Keyshia came on the screen. For me, it brought my vibe down. I watched the comment shift. It wasn't right. It wasn't right. The sound was captured by the incomparable Teddy Riley. Shut up, Pretty Rico fans. Shut up. You foolish. Hey, Donna. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, no, Keyshia came in with the wrong energy off, but sis,
Hello, how are you?
braces, how are you?
I I was great until this live.
Yeah.
let's really dig into it. I'm glad.
Brian
I
Jordan.
said as soon as this came on, I said, let me get on here because what? Let's start with the sponsors. Not you having Glossier put their name on this. Doritos. Ciroc.
The coins. Apple. It's Apple production.
And Apple TV. So y'all could have even had them in socially distanced rooms at the Apple TV offices somewhere.
Come on,
And
solution.
they could have been right across from each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course, my thing is I understand, of course, that everything happened because of COVID, right? So that's the whole reason why this is on live and they're not even supposed to be in person. Like, what Gucci got to do was great, but that's not what it's supposed to be. Can we get back to the vibe that Neo had put out with Jonte Austin? Like, let it be authentic because Keyshia wanted to dance and get happy. Like, it needs to be authentic. Like, I think it's great when they do get to be all dressed up and make it proper, but this is not that. Let that be a pre-recorded segment that goes on air. Let this be authentically them in their home, like Babyface gave it to us, you know, in his studio, chilling. You know what I mean? It's like when Teddy Riley started getting all riled up and did the whole "let me make it a production." That's when everybody started getting crazy. Let it be a chill, calm vibe where me and you are sitting here like this, and I'm playing it from wherever.
Yeah.
Like, that's what made it so cool because it was in the pandemic. We were seeing these celebrities in their own skin, in their own homes, giving us the hits. I felt like I know Ashanti's throat hurts. I know it do because she was up there giving us a concert.
A concert. Bless her heart. I don't know. Maybe like I announced it from the beginning, so y'all know I'm biased. But I really felt like she felt the obligation to kind of carry the weight of the night and like make
sure. And I'm not mad at her for that.
I loved it, and it just showed her professionalism. Like, if I'm gonna be here, and these people are paying me, I know they're getting checks, sis. They're getting real checks to do this. These people are paying me. I'm gonna show up and be professional. And guess who's gonna get booked when outside gets back open? And that's
why Glossier was on her side of the table because of that professionalism. Like, I respect it, but I'm just like, you know, I just wish that I don't know what happened because Keyshia said she's gonna let us know later. But I would like to know. It's still no excuse.
And I'm wondering if that would have been helpful. I mean, maybe not. The mood that she was in, it probably would have come out wrong, whatever happened. But I do feel like we deserve some explanation as to why you showed up so late and why you were so nasty throughout the night. Like, that was not okay.
Right.
She was barking at everybody. Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm. It was not necessary. I just wish that they can't say do it another time, but I just wish that it could have been a little different. You didn't have to come, like you said, she didn't have to come in with that energy. She really did not.
Professionalism says leave that shit at the door.
Right. And also because of your fans, like, and you forget Ashanti and how you might feel about her, whatever is going on in the air, I don't know. But you know what I mean? For your fans, for you to be getting on the internet and talking to people that like your music and care about your catalog, don't nobody want to see you angry and upset on the internet. Right. Period. Right. We just came off of a beautiful Black Girl Magic yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
I wanted it to continue. Like,
it was a mess.
But I think the biggest part was like how you said, just simply aside from how like Ashanti did body, and Keyshia could have changed her attitude, but aside from that, from the production standpoint, they got to figure out what's going on internally so that externally what we see doesn't come out like that, because the marketing is there, the branding is there, they're starting to do all the things, and I can understand that nothing develops overnight and they didn't know it was going to become this big giant, but at this point, for the funds to be there, it doesn't make sense that the audio is messing up. Or if you do have Instagram in on it, like, let's talk about different formats, not just for their versus for our live right now. I don't like that somebody's covered by the comments at all times. They look beautiful tonight. They both look amazing.
I agree with that. Now, that's the one thing I could say good about Keyshia is she showed up, like, she looked the part, which was also upsetting that her attitude was so nasty because it took away from how cute she was.
She looked so pretty.
And then even when OT Genesis came in, his like head was cut off. Girl.
I just, again, if she would have been able to just live her best life and they took away that baby shower throne, she would have been able to just have fun, and maybe that would have helped, you know? maybe it would have really helped if she was, you know, just able to become more in her element. She didn't want to sit there. She looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that she looked mad, she did look uncomfortable because she wants to give y'all her real personality and get up and dance and sing. Yeah. And can we talk about how they said that Ashanti was looking stank every time Keyshia's music came on? But Keyshia was jamming to all of Ashanti's.
I didn't see that.
A little bit. I kind of caught it just a smidgen.
Oh, did you really? I am so biased, y'all. I really like it. I didn't think I liked Ashanti this much, but I really wanted to defend my sis. I didn't see that.
I thought that I was from the jump telling everybody, I love both. I really do. But it's something about the way it is album that's going to just blow Ashanti out the water.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask this. Where are you from?
I am from Delaware, so all this magic. Yes.
I was getting at, I'm like, okay, maybe there's like a East Coast West Coast thing in terms of
no, it's really like my mom was like hooked on that album because she was going through something when it came out. So it's like
got it.
So we was in the backseat like this, singing our hearts out to love at 8 years old.
Belle said Ashanti acted like she ain't heard the Keyshia song. Oh Lord.
Yes. See? Not Delaware. Y'all better act like y'all know now. We in the White House.
Period.
And HBCU grad. Period.
That's the double flex.
Yes, Delaware State University. Period. Come on, HBCUs in Delaware. What else? And Black women. Come on. Don't play my state.
Sorry about that.
Are you West Coast?
I'm from DC.
Oh, so you
East Coast, DC.
I'm Ashanti too, though. Mm-hmm. I'm Ashanti too, though. All day. That's just, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I'm going to give that one to unpreparedness on just her being late, because that can mess up and ruin your whole evening period when you feel like you want to be ready. She probably was getting her phone blown up, like, where are you at? People telling her in the back, like, come on. And then, you know, you're still not ready.
But, I mean, you're a professional and time matters in your business. Mm-hmm. You have to be on time for shows. You have to be on time for interviews. You have to be on time for appointments, hair, makeup, and everything, like flights. So we're talking about two women whose careers span 2 decades at least. If you, because I Wikipedia this, Keyshia Cole's years active begins in 1998. So that takes away any excuse to not be professional, sis. I'm just saying. If you're going to claim that you were a child star, essentially, you know what to do by now. So unless there was like some super emergency, something happened with her children, her family, or something like that, you're at home for all we know.
Heaven forbid.
So what was the holdup? And then again, you don't even come in apologetic or like humble about it, but you come in nasty.
Yeah, that was my big thing. I'm not saying she had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how she feels about Ashanti, but to the viewers, to the fans, hello everyone. You know what I mean? And it's ways to say it. She didn't have to kiss ass, but it's just a matter of, you know, thank you all for being patient.
Yeah, exactly. You know, period. Just acknowledge it, and then we can move on.
You know,
Fiona Crystal, she was probably checking the way they was dragging her on Twitter.
And then who said, a cool kid Pooh said Ashanti was graceful, and that's the best way to just put it. Just graceful, just very professional. Just I can see in the next 2 weeks, watch, she comes out with another brand partnership because of her graciousness on stage today.
Well, Glossier, I would feel comfortable with you modeling my stuff and like being a brand ambassador.
Well, first of all, did you see it? I don't know if it was just me who noticed. I was deep in them comments. I feel like a lot of people, or a lot of like the celebrities and like the verified accounts, they were all when her music was on there, they were all pushing for Ashanti and commenting and you know, interacting with her and her music versus Keyshia.
Yeah.
Like, didn't the Zeus network get shut down, right?
I did hear that, but they were damn sure in the comments.
Because they were all over her. So I'm like, are they coming back out with an Ashanti rebrand? Are they like?
Well, Natalie Nunn, I don't know if I was in the comments too, girl. Natalie Nunn kept commenting my network. So I'm wondering, did she buy it? Is she a partner? Like, what is her connection to it?
That's what I'm sitting there trying to figure all of this out myself. Like, there were a lot of people in the comments. And then Elf kept getting in there, but I mean,
I saw Elf.
Beauty Bakery was in there a lot talking to Supa.
Yeah.
So I'm also
Supa had
curious
promo codes. Prima Donna had promo codes.
I'm very
Foot
interested to see
Action
how
had
that
given
works out,
away a
though.
gift card. Like that was the other thing that had me cracking up at the warm up. I'm like, people are in here living their best life. That was why I started promoting my shit.
Now I'm curious to see what happens, like what they do, because today was where they were heavy on the promo, and so I would like to see if they do something about that in the comments, or if they reach out for collaboration, because it's like, you know,
you're hijacking our audience.
We're always. Well, I'm not mad at them. You got 1 million people in here. Might as well push a promo code. But at the same time, how can we make this work so that it doesn't look like you selling fish platters on the side of the building? You know, like I want it to be nice. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's just a newer way we can go about
She said, I don't know how to read this one. Fire. I feel like I said that wrong. She said this Verzuz was a flea market. I am too through.
I am not upset about that comment.
It gave me swap me energy. It just
was good. But then also it just goes back to the fact that what does everybody say now? Instagram has turned into a farmer's market, literally. When they put that shop button in there, it became a flea market.
Yeah.
And that's what they was doing with them codes. It looked a little bit sad. Like, dang. Welcome to the community bingo night. who want to take this? Or what is it? When they do the community time at the altar at church, like, who want to come up here? Who want to come up here and tell us the announcement for the week? Like, child.
You said Verzuz was the church announcement, sis. I'm done.
The comments was church announcements. Everybody want to get in there and make a memorable comment. Literally. It's like being on the bus in middle school.
Yeah.
Who can be the loudest and say the craziest thing?
Well, that's all social media has ever been, girl. Where you been?
No, this is true. I'm just saying, I'm trying to watch the thing, but I'm also looking at these comments like I can't stop, because what are these fools saying?
Babe, because the comments were the show. That's just what it was tonight. And I don't know. I don't know why I'm disappointed, because again, I can't say that I'm necessarily like Keyshia Cole's biggest fan or this was highly anticipated. But I think, like you said already, coming off of the high of yesterday and being excited about Kamala and the future of where the country can be headed, tonight was just a downer. Like, we could have kept that energy going, and it didn't do it for the culture, not in my opinion. It was a fail.
I just feel like we are better than this. We can do better than this. What was this? Like, it's like, what do we practice for? What do we take notes for? What do we practice for it to go down like that? I do know that I'm excited to see who they do next, because I feel like the comments always stir it up. Like, when people put in their opinions, like, I think I've seen Tyrese versus Tank. Like, I would like for these artists to, at the end of their verses, they should, because they have like the, I guess, star power and like the following and everything, they should put out the next call to action to bring up other artists, so that way it's not just the Verzuz team reaching out. Like, Keyshia Cole and Ashanti should have been like, I nominate, and name a celebrity singer.
And it's not going to be, I guess it's probably never bureaucratic, but
just to, like, you don't have to do it, but like, put them on the spot. Like, I would love to, you know what I mean? Like, have that conversation with each other. I would love to see, and then them say who. Like, I love this person, because remember, it's not Verzuz is in a negative battle, but just like a positive celebration of their music. I would love to hear such and such and such and such, and like, let's see, like, call them up. Y'all know them,
Yeah.
If you know them, call them up. I would love to see it.
Shout out to a cool kid, Pooh. I appreciate you, sis, for buying a badge. If you're being entertained tonight, that's the way to show love. So I wanted to definitely shout. But yeah, I saw Swiss Beats and Timbaland in the comments, and they were like, Valentine's Day, like, you see it. So that must have been who they were talking about, Tank and Tyrese. I didn't see
Tyrese.
So here for it. Yeah, I know I love me some.
But I know I'm here for it. Somebody said I would love to see Usher do a Verzuz, but I don't think he can. I really don't think he can, because Confessions on its own would who could compete? There's no skips. There's really no skip, so I would just like them to highlight him as an artist.
Who would Usher even go against?
That's what I would just like them to highlight him. Just let him have a night to play his whole catalog.
Teen versus Usher as an adult, he could do that.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. Young Usher versus older Usher. He just gets better with age, honestly. Like, and I won't lie. My name is Tamika, so you know, I used to think it was looking real good for my future, and then he wrote Papers, and I was like, dang.
Oh, no shade. I don't know.
Charlie Wilson versus the Isley Brothers. I would like to see it.
I mean, obviously Brandy and Monica made total sense, but I felt like Brandy and Usher could have been a good versus in terms of like, I felt like their careers were like comparative enough in their musical styles and fan base.
That's good. And I would like to see, have they done, I'm not sure. I feel like they've only because I know it's through Femit Forward that they've done the female verses.
Yeah, like a co-ed.
Yeah. Have they done a co-ed one yet? No, right? I would like to see it. Because I want to see Missy Elliott go against Timberland. That's who should have.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Each other. Or even Busta Rhymes too. But I want Missy to go against somebody, but she will murder. But she can't go against another female MC. She just can't because there's nobody who has the same catalog as her.
Yeah.
She would have to go against a man from that time.
Well, also, I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I don't think there are any female artists that are also producers and singers and rappers like she is.
We don't get not as versatile, not as not versatile at all.
Yeah, who would Missy go against? That's crazy. Imagine being so great there's like no competition. That's crazy.
And then you want to get in on it and it's like, hey guys. It's literally like being the last kid picked because nobody knows what to do with you because or everybody's fighting over you because they want you on their team. Yeah. Literally. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for having me on here. I'm just glad that we are on the same page.
Yes.
And that I wasn't the only one sitting there like, did this really is this it? This is it? I was ghetto here.
Real. Like, we're being pranked. I was waiting for her to be like, psych, nah, and like shake it off. Never did, no.
I almost wanted her to like, again, leave her room and actually be like, hey, I'm here. I'm just playing. Like, give her a hug, be happy. Because I think that also, too, like, the reason I think that if Brandy and Monica had been not in person, I think that would have been more messy with tension. Like, people already thought that there was tension with that. I think that they would have thought that there was more tension had they not been in the same room. Because it's very easy to not be able to hear somebody because of lagging with the lives.
Oh, yeah.
But because they were in person, it helped. Yeah. It helped to break some of that tension in because you're not about to lose your composure in front of somebody versus we all get a little bit more, you know, our neck moves a little harder when you're not there in front of the other person. You have your friends hyping you up behind the screen.
Right.
So I don't know what I want them to do, but I do know that, like you said, main thing, first priority when they go into this recap meeting tomorrow morning is production.
Well, actually, I think to look this up, but doesn't Swiss and Tim usually go live like after the verses? And
they do, but I normally see it come up on my thing and I didn't see it yet. So again, I don't know if they talking to each other.
They having the same conversation we are. What happened tonight?
What's going on? Why was she so late? I would really like to know why she was so late.
Everybody who tuned in deserves a bag of Doritos. That's how I feel because
I think so too.
But my time.
And then I would just like to know because why did Keyshia play her song like 5 times? Her Doritos sponsored song. We heard it. we heard it. I don't know.
It just was so disappointing because, first of all, the last verses of 2020, think what you want about the actual musicians, but the set and the production of it was so well done. They had freaking cars on the set. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. And to go from that to just these little thrones, like y'all called them. I saw somebody else comment, Baby
the baby
shower.
shower thrones.
Like, where we
I'm
get
not hating on them because look, they did what had to be done.
child. Oh, thank you, brother. I am King William, bought a bitch. I appreciate you. But
Alicia Lachey said that one of her friends is arguing that Keyshia Cole was late because of the sound, and they should have done it in person. And she thinks all those sponsors paid them to show up.
said they went through a lot to be there. Were you paid? That's what I want to know. They had to be paid. There's no way. No, there's no way me as a professional, I'm showing up to something that is highly sponsored like this and I'm not getting a cut. They had to be paid. So I'm sorry. All these excuses that I'm hearing are just unacceptable. It's professionalism. That was your job for that night. And you should be grateful that you're working. We're in a pandemic. There are no
a whole panorama,
and
and you've been given the opportunity
people watching you.
to be on a platform owned by people that you have literally worked with in this industry. There was just no reason. And I don't know.
They should have let
y'all said, we will see. It's just also too like now like knowing in general. Of course, we've seen the sponsors, but like just knowing it's paid takes away some of the genuineness of it for sure. Like again, I don't know. For me, honestly, my favorite Verzuz to date was probably Jonte Austin and Neo. It was just a vibe. They were so happy. It was fun. It was exciting to see what they were going to pull out next. It was authentic. And
Mr. Dwayne Finley said 2 hours late and a fucking intermission. That was, I'm like, the audacity, the gall.
It was because if Ashanti said, "Can we break?" I would have been like, "Okay, great, fine, we can do that." But Keyshia asked, and when Keyshia asked, I said, "No, you didn't."
That's exactly how I felt. Like, really, sis? Really?
I said, "No, she didn't ask for a break." And then was confused about how to get back started. She was like, "Why would you go first? I'm going first." It was like the attitude. I was like,
first of all, yeah, that was the part that got me. When they came back from intermission, she tried to snap at her. But listen, Alicia got all the tea. Alicia Lachey 88 said, "Did you hear when Ashanti said she got a check for Ciroc and Keyshia said she didn't?"
Oh yeah. She was
you heard?
Ooh, at least because she was like, "Thank you to." She was naming all the sponsors, and then she says Ciroc, and then that's when Keyshia was like, "I ain't getting no check from Ciroc, or Ciroc don't pay me." And then that's when she was like, oh, she was like, "No, I'm just paying y'all. Like, I mean, I just already shouted them out twice, so I wasn't gonna say something again." I was like, don't piss Diddy off just because you got the song already with him. Don't do it to yourself, because he will humbly snatch it for what he gives
in a heartbeat. You know,
in a quick lawsuit on your desk tomorrow morning. You won't know what to do.
You talking about tomorrow morning, baby? It's already drafted.
It's already been sent out, and if it hasn't been sent out, it's already on schedule. It's already been scheduled to hit your inbox at 8 a.m. sharp.
Ooh,
she was like, yeah. She was like, I mean, I did shout them out twice already. Well, they've been holding Verzuz down since day 2, so I would hope. Like, yes, Jill Scott and Erica, again, 2 genuinely happy women. That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant to say with the promotion or the sponsors and stuff. That's why it's like everybody's different, but it's like when you're paid to be somewhere versus when you genuinely want to be there is 2 different vibes. And
that's true.
What is there to say about that? You know, like
it being sponsored takes away the camaraderie.
Basically, it takes away the, like, I wasn't paid to be here. I came on your live and requested and didn't know if you were going to say yes or no, but I'm here and I'm happy and I'm not being fake and like stuffy because I want to be here.
Right.
Versus if I were paid to be here, it might be a whole different scene. Hair is done, all set up, and I might have something all the way prepared and ready to go that's not genuine and just camaraderie. There is no camaraderie to it.
Right. All right, I need y'all help. Y'all got to help me write this last thing. I got to talk about their outfits.
Oh, I thought that both were good. I don't like that Ashanti, love her again, but she didn't have to tell her she had a wedgie in the front, and Keyshia didn't have to keep talking about.
Wait, how did I miss I must have been yelling at the screen.
Oh, she was just saying like, can we like go cut to break? But that's when Keyshia, I think, did song number 11, round 11. She was like, like, are we ready to break? And she didn't know if she should or not. And she was just like, yeah, because I gotta like situate myself because her shorts were short, and she was saying that they were riding up. So she was like, oh, I gotta pull these down, y'all. Get my outfit together. She's like, my pants keep riding up and you can see it in the screen. But otherwise, she looked very nice and put together. Hair was on point. I enjoyed. Oh, he's a Gucci great. Ashanti got cussed out by a lot of fans.
Why? What did she do?
Alicia does have the tea. I think I need to go off the stage.
I was like, you could come back, but Alicia got some stories.
Alicia, go ahead, because you giving the girls. I need to know what happened. Go ahead. Take
baby.
me off. How I get out of here?
All right, Alicia, you're up. Let's talk about this because you saw all the comments that I didn't see. What's good? And I'm sitting here in a bonnet too, so don't be shy. Oh no. Okay. She's like, not tonight. This is my baby Sharice. What you guys say? All right, sis. What happened tonight? How'd you feel?
Child, we waited long enough, didn't we? I was like, are they gonna put a Lauryn Hill on us or what? Lauryn Hill just don't show up.
So is it happening? Came out and she was like playing some of her music. I was like, wait, like, not gonna happen? That's why she's like playing the songs. Like, what's good? Girl.
So listen, I am a through and through Ashanti fan. Like listen, Keyshia Cole came a little down the line in my book, but Ashanti was my girl. Is my girl. And first of all, they both look fabulous. Let's give them all their credit. Ashanti came out, looking real extra glammed, waiting, and then Bernie Sanders sat next to her,
Shut up! I think who said that in the comments? I am Zoe.
Why?
I think it's spectacular. I'm done.
Listen, whoever makes these memes this fast, please come support me, because now that I'm actually ready to build my website and my brand, I need backup. I need meme backup. Everything has to be a meme from now on. But they look beautiful. They look young and radiant. Keyshia brought the girls out tonight. They look nice and perched. Now, I don't know if those post-baby perch, but honey, yes, Keyshia, I'm here for those. And what I loved about Keyshia is that she was able to break through some acapella. She brought the vocals tonight. And what was up with Verzuz not letting her stand up? I didn't like that.
Well, she stood up and had to adjust the camera, and obviously the display. That was the real reason.
Gucci Man stood up the whole time. He didn't sit down.
The display with the Ciroc and Doritos, that needed to be in view at all times. So that was the real reason.
See, don't do the ladies like that, Verzuz, and you didn't do that to Gucci Man, because Gucci Man never sat down. He was ready to fight. Okay? Don't act like ladies don't need space too.
I kind of wanted to do that she had on too, so I do wish
I did.
Had a little.
But first of all, OT Genesis.
That was cute. All right.
First of all, why was he sweating like he just finished performing? All up in the video. OT was so excited to be on the stage, and where was his mask? Over there dripping all that sweat. He couldn't have been in my video. See, Keisha's real nice.
Well, that's the thing. They was talking all of this COVID protection, and then don't get me started. He was laying all over her like they were in the same story. Like,
and did she have a brush to fix her hair?
Oh, I don't know. Now, Ashanti, hair guy came out and was fixing her hair on set. Ashanti just gave me like true Hollywood. I don't know. I'm a fan.
She was a diva.
this, but tonight I am realizing that I must be an Ashanti stan, and I'm gonna stand firmly and proudly in that. He
So
did it.
listen, Ashanti gave you glam. She gave you girly. She gave you. I just feel like she didn't have enough. She didn't play enough of her singles. Like I feel like she didn't mix it in enough with her singles and her features. I felt like we just heard kind of back-to-back features, and then I was like, wait a minute, she got albums. What is going on? You know, so she wasn't giving herself, her playlist, her selection. She didn't give herself enough credit tonight. And because some of those songs should have been played on well earlier, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well,
Ja Rule definitely won tonight.
Period. It was Ja Rule's verse.
It was his versus battle. Now, I was expecting to see Ja Rule pop up like OT Genesis, because I'm like, what is he? So did OT Genesis work on the project with her? Because I was just like, what is he doing?
I'm sorry
her phone died.
Be multitasking. I'm editor.
Yes, you're right. You're working on your piece. Who are you writing for today, darling?
Revolt. I mean, it's published. I just had to add one more note, and I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't too many highlights since I done already reached to give you the few you got. You need to know.
I feel like OT Genesis needs to be a meme tonight. Somebody please make OT Genesis a meme, because he came back after she left and was like, yeah, I'm on the Verzuz now. Like, no, you're not. You're not on the Verzuz. You're not here tonight. This is not your show, sir.
Bless his heart, because he know he ain't getting no verses no other way. We literally only know one song by him. Cut it, right? Like, oh, I'm in love with the cocoa.
But tell me, you're more Hollywood than I am. Why was he there?
Oh, girl, because remember in April, he went viral for singing Love on Instagram. I think he was like at a gas station or something. But he made it like a thug love song, and it made other thugs sing it. So, like, it was a little Instagram joke. A meme. You talking about memes? It was a meme.
He needs to be a meme for tonight, because he really tried to, like, be a part of her production. And she definitely said that she was waiting for Puff Daddy, not OT Genesis.
Well, the funny thing about that was when he did it originally, Keyshia Cole didn't like it. She felt like, I guess it was like destroying the integrity of the song. So that's also what made it kind of interesting to see that she embraced him tonight for that.
She said, Ja Rule got his flowers. Yes, because I respect that, because I don't like how 50 Cent came and, like, stole Ja Rule's whole, like, singing rapper thing, and then became a singing rapper. 50 Cent came and put Ja Rule out of business and then did the same thing.
Somebody said Ja Rule and 50 need to do a versus. That's going to end in violence. I don't want to see that one.
Well, we thought the Snowman and Gucci was going to end in violence, so I'm proud of them. But Ja Rule but 50 Cent just so petty. Like, I wouldn't, like, he's just really king petty. He's the ultimate level of petty. So I don't trust 50 Cent. And I'm still mad at him, because he really put Ja Rule out of business. I don't like it.
Am I saying this right? Fayed said I was surprised to see him there after he went in on Keyshia Cole's sister. You talking about OT Genesis? What did he say about Keyshia Cole's sister? Y'all be having all the tea. Oh, Tamika, thank you for coming on and speaking with me today, and for buying a badge, girl. I see you. Tamika.
Now, how does buy the badge work? Like, what does that mean? See, tell me what Hollywood means.
Girl, it's a way that Instagram allows content creators to monetize their live videos. So if you've ever watched YouTube, they're adopting it from YouTube. On YouTube, it's called a super chat. But whatever the case, like, while you're watching it, you can buy a little token, like send a gift, basically. You're sending a gift to
because me. You're famous, that's right. So first of all, congratulations to you, Bobby Penn.
Thank you, boo. I don't know about famous, but thank you, boo.
Listen, sis,
because I be applying to these people. Listen, I got my feelings hurt today. Matter of fact, let's talk about this. Ooh. I reached out to interview somebody, and I had already been talking to the publicist for like a couple days now, and she took it to management, and they want to know what my numbers are. And that always makes me a little self-conscious, because I'm like, I know I do quality work, but I don't have the numbers of some of like the gossip blogs or the people that be posting like crazy shit. So anyway, that always be like kind of messing with my self-esteem. So I appreciate you bigging me up, but like those are the reminders that I ain't there yet. Because if you still asking what my numbers are, then it means you don't know me. It's more work.
Well, I mean, first of all, you're in a very vain industry, so you got to understand that, none of this stuff is personal. And you keep slaying, and you keep leveling up, and you keep being your glamorous self. And you've seen how many times a door shut and 10 more doors open.
That's true
You,
too. You're right, boo.
you. So just know that wasn't your door just yet. They're gonna see you shining elsewhere. Who was
I
the interview?
appreciate
Just
it.
so I know not to support that shit.
Nah, dog. They really, really big names. The irony is I've actually interviewed the talent before at the ASCAP Urban Music Awards. It's a duo. That's what I'm gonna tell you. They're a production duo. And when I say they're a big fucking deal, like they're a big deal.
See, because I don't know
If you
why I
like
don't
Janet
see.
Jackson, that's a hint. If you like Janet Jackson, they're responsible for some of Janet's biggest songs. And I think that's like a dead
Wow.
giveaway, truth be told.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, then there's
it would
that.
have been it's a big interview. It's not over yet. They didn't tell me
It's
no.
not
But
over.
just I
It's
hate
not
that
over.
question because I just know like if you looking to see that I reach a couple million people, that's not my numbers. That's not what I do. Yet.
Listen. All the doors gonna open for you in your season because you know how where I live and you know how these doors work around here. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll go there. But you know,
First of all, that's where I got my start, sis. I definitely know. And the thing is, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation we can have
but you know
offline.
what?
But
And guess what? The more transparent you like, continue to be transparent like that because I think that people
Key
see
speak
your
life. Yes, you're
journey.
right.
People see your journey and your truth, and it's raw. Like they can relate. So yeah, it's kind of keep speaking your truth, keep living in your light, keep being your glamorous self. Okay, I love it
I
because
appreciate it, boo.
I am not Hollywood. I am so busy minding my business. It is not funny.
Says the girl with the perfect curls and the lashes, and I'm sitting here in a bonnet and no brows. Okay.
Listen, because okay, so my hairstylist today, they saw I was tagged in all of Michelle Obama pictures yesterday. They were like,
That's your twin.
That's your twin." That's all day. Michelle Obama's my twin, and I've never really owned it until I seen the eyes in the mask.
That's a great comparison.
So it's time for me to meet Michelle Obama. I think I have to do like a Michelle Obama and me side by side or something like that.
Manifest this is.
I'm manifesting my Barack Obama. I'm more concerned about my love life than to meet Michelle Obama. But she just killed the whole show. How did Michelle just come and take the whole inauguration? Not inaug. She came and stole the whole inauguration. With it just starting with the end. God damn it.
Shout out to songwriter Heart of the Pen. Thank you, boo, for buying a badge. And you're on my show tomorrow. I think we go live tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So I look forward to talking to you here on Instagram Live, guys. Make sure you get it. But no, I appreciate all of y'all. This is how I know.
The Bobby Pin. That's how we all remember the Bobby Pin. The Bobby Pin. BobbyPin.com.
Period.
Well, listen, we're so proud of you here in D.C. and wherever you may be in the world. You always got love and family here, sis. So you know how that goes.
Man, it's all. It's like I take my city wherever I go. Whether I feel like that, see it or not, I promise you. I'm always trying to put people on the go and like bragging on.
I made a laugh on MLK. What a beautiful day. I just made a laugh on MLK for real. I'm on here by MLK. Look, I'm on here by MLK Elementary School.
Okay.
Listen, I'm in these DC streets. City girl living. You know what it is. But look, I posted at Crawford at Large, Bernie sitting on the big chair.
Wait, somebody did that? I haven't seen that one yet. I can't.
Go look on Crawford at Large.
I'm done.
But no, we're really taking it to the next level. We are holding everybody accountable. Kamala's being held accountable. Biden being held accountable. I'm not giving nobody's getting passes.
Right. Like
no,
we put y'all in place. Now you need to deliver.
It was cute, y'all. Cute, chucks and heels, chucks and pearls. That's cute. We the first black woman VP. Congratulations. I'm still celebrating. But let's really get to work.
Do you
one
follow
thing I
Tariq
did.
Nasheed?
Oh gosh.
How do you're not crazy about him?
Tariq. Well, so first of all, I follow Tariq because I like to see what everybody's out here talking about.
He posted something today. I would love your take on it. I wish I had it in my phone. I would put it up on the screen right now. Matter of fact, let me see. Never mind. I'm gonna probably mess up the call. But basically, he was saying that Black people can sometimes be so easily distracted. So we're all celebrating the chucks and pearls and excited to see a Black woman in office. But are we paying attention to the fact that immigrants and other cultures, other ethnicities have outright promises of what they can expect from this administration that we as foundational African Americans have not. So I'm just curious, what are your thoughts? If you can speak on it, I don't, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I posted, the first thing I posted about this election was we need reparations. Like, we need to sign, DC needs to become the 51st state. We have the control of the House and the Senate, and we need to vote on a strong reparations bill. And this is no pie in the sky. What I hate to see on CNN and all these other bloggers and all these other famous people talking about, well, what's the plan? What's the plan? Oh, Duke University economist Dr. Sandy Darity completely lays out the plan. Ta-Nehisi Coates lays out the plan. Danny Glover, Juneteenth 2019, they went to Congress, testified at the public hearing, laid out the plan. What Congress needs to do is insert those modifications and pass the bill.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to that. Pass the legislation and be done with it. You know, I like how Biden came in with the federal student loan debt. But what's also kind of problematic with the student loan debt, because I'm one of those people, is how many times our loans have been sold off to private sectors. And that's what's not being talked about. So they're selling out the private loans. So now the private loans has become, 10% of the 90% of loans is sold off to private industry.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about that too, right? And pass the reparations bill, and I think we haven't had a solid promise, and I am uncomfortable with that. And I'm still very much so intentional. That was the only post I had about this election, was about cut the check. Matter of fact, that was the only post I had on Dr. King's birthday. Dr. King died right after he said, we're coming to Washington to collect our check.
Not a coincidence.
And that's everyone loves the glamorous version. We love the peaceful namaste. But the reality of it was he knew that we had been dealt a voided check.
Yeah.
And it's up to us now. I will say when we ran Obama's campaign and we got him into office, I did take a sigh of relief and literally went back to La La Land or something. I mean, I didn't fully understand the full political process then. I didn't follow through with the political process. But it's a new day.
We woke. And definitely after the last administration, I think I can speak for myself. I have not paid attention to politics in the way that I should have as a functioning adult in this country. But after the last administration, we can't operate like that anymore. We need to know what's going on.
Because we were still young, though. I mean, we were just trying to get out of college. We were, passing the time by, trying to get our careers together. We didn't learn half of what happened on any of these political terms in any history book.
Yeah.
In any political science class. This is on-the-job training.
Right. For real.
Quite frankly, it's been traumatizing.
Yeah.
Pay me my reparations for all the trauma you put me through. And just on the compounded trauma from the 400 years, then double for the last 4 years.
For the last 4 months, sis. We literally, I feel like we are living in the textbooks, things that we never thought we would see. In the last 4 days, on the 6th, when there was an insurrection at the Capitol, there were nooses being hung. Are you kidding me?
I couldn't post the nooses.
Say it again.
I couldn't post the nooses. I can't post the nooses. I can't post the dead bodies. I can't post the persistent trauma. What I did was I created a healing strategy. I created a wellness plan. Because what has to happen is while we persist for our justice claim, we literally have to find peace. We have to be in our right mind. We have to be at the strongest version of us. We have to be emotionally stable. Because what happens is when they see they can trigger us to protest, to yell at the cameras, to yell at the walls, we're off balance. We're uncensored. We're out of focus. And that's why the persistent videos show up of more black men and women being gunned down and kneeled on in the streets. That's why we're not getting the justice claimed in the justice system like we should, because they know that this is triggering. And what happens with black rage, Black rage is now a commodity.
I've been saying that, at least in a marketing space, a branding space.
It's almost predictable.
Where we're looking at all of these brands put out these strange ads that cause us this uproar. You're not going to tell me that after the first few times it's not intentional. They know what they're doing. Uh-oh, she must be getting a call.
I think I'm back.
Sharice?
Hello?
I hear you, but we lost the... Okay, there you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Black rage is a commodity now. So it's almost like, it almost feels like they know how to trigger us to go to yell at the walls and yell at the buildings that distracts us from more policy decisions that's being made. It distracts us from where we really should be focusing our energy and attention. So from now on, like when we see these types of acts happening, we really have to stop and say, where do I need to be redirecting this energy to? Where can I? And I had to when George Floyd happened. I think that's when it really hit me. When George Floyd happened, because I was at the Capitol when George Floyd died. I was at the Capitol when Breonna Taylor was murdered. There was no way possible. There was no way possible that the Capitol could have been entered on any side of the Capitol. It was completely locked down, and it was nowhere near the amount of security that we had for this inauguration. Since the Proud Boys decided to show up and climb the walls, and they call us the monkeys.
That was the thing that blew my mind. It's like, how can y'all watch this on TV and be proud of that? Or even stand firm on your racist ideals when everything that you claim Black people are, you're exhibiting comfortably, like innately. Like, this is who you are. That was their nature. They weren't pulled out of character to do that. They've been dying to do that, waiting to do that. It was truly savage. It was barbaric. Like, what is wrong with y'all? You look crazy.
Now we know
like
who
they
the
look
true
crazy.
barbarians are.
They were climbing the wall when they could have walked up the stairs, type of, like, it's irrational.
They were walking up the stairs. They were walking up the stairs. They were breaking in the windows. They were climbing the walls. I mean, they decided this was a full-on siege. They were escorted into the building, broken glass into the building, and then mysteriously, the men who were arrested committed suicide.
I didn't hear that. What? All of them?
Well, so no, the ones they reported. There's not been any updates. So that's another thing, too. They fell into that's why the show we're doing now called The Black Hole, some of these men that were arrested have fallen into the black hole, just disappeared. Then there were others reported that committed suicide. How convenient. How convenient. But now we have to manage our triggers. This is why I created a whole wellness curriculum. I was silent after George Floyd died and Breonna Taylor died. I said I had to do something different. We had to do something different. I created a wellness curriculum, and I said I have to heal. We have to heal so that we can respond to this in a more strategic way. Because the triggering, the rage, they say no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace is not for us. It's not for us. No justice, no peace is for our oppressors. They cannot be at peace. But we must find peace.
Period. Woo. The word says, this is my sis, you guys. Sharice Crawford. I don't know which account this is you got me on. She had a few accounts, guys. So if you type that name in,
oh my
you
goodness,
will come across her.
This
Where do you want
Sharice
people to follow you?
Crawford at large is a call to action, and you're on, Bobby Pin is, is homegrown, so she's on just a family and just personal account, because I had to separate me from the politics.
Yeah.
Because politics makes you sometimes frustrated, angry. It makes you have to work with people in ways that you probably wouldn't work with in your personal life. So I had to create my me space, and then I had to create the space for what we needed, for direct actions that we need to take to really, to get our land, to buy our properties, to build community, and all those things that have been disenfranchised for so many years. And so now it's time for us to get married.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm coming to your wedding.
I receive it. Says I caught the bouquet at my cousin's wedding in November, so it's coming. I feel it. God's
Bay is
still
on the
working on me
way.
though. But
Me
yeah, I'm
too.
excited for you as well. I'm gonna see you getting your body right and you're flying
Yes.
planes and making a life for yourself. I'm happy. I'm
I,
loving it.
when you're back in the DC, come on to the gym with me, darling, or come fly with me. Either one, you're welcome.
I'm excited.
You
I'm looking
already
forward
met my
to it.
family, so you already met the family, so y'all welcome to come hang out with us anytime.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you coming
That's who I was with being
on.
crazy tonight watching
Oh
the
yeah.
Verzuz.
Nice,
Yeah, girl,
nice.
it was a lot of craziness happening tonight because we had a twerk.
Okay. Well rounded. In
You
more
need
ways than
all
one.
of
No, I'm
these
just
balances in your life.
yeah. We
I'm
need a
looking at the
new age
comments.
green book.
I know that college opened my eyes to big time in the way that we're paying real attention to politics. It did. I feel Biden did that
First of all,
because
I
they
love my
won't.
followers. We can talk about
Yes.
all types of things. They stay right with the conversation. I like that.
In fact, I feel Biden did that because because he won't even need black votes because the immigrations are the new black votes. Aw. See, and that sucks when people really feel like this. This is part of the truth. He's right though. We get got every time. She's talking about you and the Tariq Nasheed.
Mm-hmm.
And the House and the Senate are majority Democrat. Yes, now we're about to really apply pressure. That's what we're doing. We have to. We have to apply pressure. Someone here in D.C. turned me on to you. Oh, Miss T Speak Life. I want to give you all your flowers, and I want you to know that you're pioneering. Bobby Pin, you are creating. Somebody said that it couldn't be done. Come on, Lord. You are pioneering. You are creating your lane. And see, pioneering and then being able to be transparent about the bumps and the bruises. One day I'm going to tell you about the bumps and the bruises in this space. But for me, when I'm in it, it is a little more complicated for me on these relational decision-making processes. But thank you for your transparency, for your content, for your energy, for your love. And, honey, don't let any closed door redirect you from all the open ones.
Facts. No, I appreciate that, babe. Likewise, I'm always
all the flowers, all the roses. Good night. Call me
Good night.
anytime.
All right, babe. Get home safe. Bye. Yes. Okay. Y'all are lit tonight. We can talk about verses and Kiki real cute, and we can talk some politics. Y'all well rounded. I'm here for it. Okay. I was not expecting this live to be so successful, so I'm grateful to you all for tuning in and participating. If there's anybody else that wants to come up, feel free to send me a request. I'm gonna hang out for another second or two, and if not, I'm gonna drink me some water and go get in bed because I'm still trying to figure out what happened with that person. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I really sincerely appreciate all of you guys for buying badges and supporting me and just, words of encouragement. I try to find a balance between being inspirational. I notice a lot of my peers and counterparts don't really share like little details like that. Everything always looks so perfect for them. So I'm like, well, I want to have that appeal as well where people believe in me and I come across as like super confident, but I'm human and things happen and it's nice to be able to share when things aren't going so smooth as well, because I just feel like it encourages the next person that's watching and it's not going perfect or smooth for them either. Tamika, yes, the Revolt article is up now. It should be on the homepage. It's been up since it went off. Me and my editor edited in real time as the show is happening so that we can get it up immediately. Ambria said I didn't even watch it, but your skin is popping. Thank you, boo. This is with no filter too. I don't even know why I be using them whack ass Instagram filters. They be making me look even more crazy. I appreciate it, babe. Articulate. Oh, your name is lit. Articulate. I like that. Do what's best for you. The best things will come. I appreciate that, guys. I'd imagine that's probably what makes y'all feel, more connected to me too, is that you can relate. Hey.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
You hopped on here early.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. It's an honor and a pleasure once again to be in your presence and be able to vibe with you. I'm a big fan of what you do. I've been rocking with you for a good minute now, seeing what you're doing, and with the media, BET, and everything else. So I salute you and whatnot. I just wanted to chime in on the conversation I think you were having about the tonight's verses.
Yeah.
I didn't. I kind of watched it late. I didn't see it at the beginning, so I was kind of getting some of the backstory that she was late or whatnot. And I guess my only thing was, well, because everybody was commenting about her unprofessionalism and all that stuff, and I do agree. Even though I didn't really know all what was going on at the time until later on,
Mm-hmm.
I did sense that there was some kind of tension there between those two, or maybe it was just on her side. But I did feel a little bit of uneasiness there as I was watching it. I was wondering why Keyshia was a little bit, I guess, like aggressive at certain times, and why her mood was a certain kind of way.
I didn't notice Ashanti giving off that energy. I'm not gonna say that she didn't,
Right,
but
right.
that it felt mutual. I didn't get that from Ashanti at all. I felt like she was very professional, and it came across to me like she was trying to keep the energy high because she could tell something was going on with Keyshia, or maybe she knew. You know what I mean? She might have had insight that we didn't have
Yeah,
of whatever was
right.
making them late. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel
I agree.
little to no excuse for that, because if you're still going to show up, if you're operating from a space of the show must go on, that includes
Right.
the energy and being positive and like fun. Like that's your job. You're
Yeah,
supposed to entertain us, not make us feel bad.
yeah. Right. I agree to a certain extent. I would say though, I didn't feel Ashanti giving off any bad vibes either. As far as what I saw as well, I felt like she was very much into it. I did excuse me. I did see at times when Keyshia was being a little bit snarky or whatever you want to call it. I could see that Ashanti, she was kind of giving it back, not in a bad way, but she was kind of just, she was holding her own too as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can see that even though Keisha kind of has a strong personality, Ashanti does too in her own way. Although she still was classy with it, but you can still tell that she wasn't gonna be pushed over or anything like that. So when Keisha said something, she responded in a way that was like, okay, she with it too,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if that make any sense.
Yeah.
As far as what you said about the professionalism, I agree with everything that you said on that. My only thing is because a lot of people are commenting on her being late and why that's not an excuse. And while I do understand that, at the same token, we don't really know what's the backstory. We don't know why she was late. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would like to know, because she did mention on there that at some point she's gonna let everybody know what really happened and why she was late. So I would like to I guess for me, before I go and condemn her for being late, I would like to know from her words or from her mouth why she was late before I just be like, oh, she's this, she's that, because we don't know what's the backstory. We don't know what happened. Something could have happened to her personally for all that we know, and everybody's dogging her out for being late. Now I'm not defending her actions by
Okay.
no means. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending her actions as far as when she got there and how she was acting. I'm not defending that.
Yeah.
At the same token, I am saying that although she is a professional, she's also a human being too. And who knows what could have happened, that could have been in her head when she got there that we don't even understand. And then when we finally find out, it could be something that we all could be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have rushed to judgment too quickly. Because sometimes that does happen. We quick to jump on people with not knowing the full story, and then when the story comes out to be something that was like a real situation, now we all look foolish. Like, damn, now maybe we should have paused the break before we pushed on judgment. So that's the only thing that I would say about that. As far as how she acted when she got there, like I said, I'm not defending that. I do think it was a little bit too much regards to what the situation was. But at the same token, I would like to know what actually happened that had her in that mood to be like that to begin with.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm sure, we all have moments and things happen, but again, I just feel like if you're going to operate from a space of the show must go on, you need to really see that all the way through, I guess is my point. So if whatever happened was really that disturbing or tragic or what have you, then maybe that was opportunity for you to actually cancel. And I could imagine the pressure to not do that as well. So I want to get straight. Yeah. They canceled twice already, and it's been 6 weeks in the movie. So I understand you not wanting to take, trying to hold as best you can to not let that happen. But it also just gave me like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time feeling.
I understand.
Comes out, I might change my tune and I'll gladly come back on here and like, express that. But I can't imagine what happened that would make that okay, is what I'm trying to say. And
I guess we all just got. I guess we just gotta stay tuned and find out. I mean, all I'm saying is let's hear what she has to say before we just go jumping down her like she did such a horrible thing, and then we don't really know.
Though that's what I'm saying. If she had just shown up late and was gracious about it, I think we might have overlooked. Right. We were excited for the show. It was 500 people waiting for you. You get what I mean? Like.
Right.
So if you show up in your maybe you don't even say I'm sorry I was late, but like just acknowledge what happened. But she didn't come in with that energy, and I don't know. I tuned in, but that might have changed your opinion as well because she came in. All right, let's go first. Like just real, like wait a minute. Like or nothing. She didn't even greet. Like I need you to really get that. She didn't even greet the audience. She didn't greet her fans. You know what I mean? It was just real. It wasn't right.
Right. Well, like I said, I didn't see the whole thing. I caught it, I think, a little bit after all that. So, I didn't, at the time, I didn't even know that she was late. I didn't know all that. But now that I do, I still feel like we still should know what happened. But at the same token, like I would continue to say, even with that said, even with that being said, how she acted after the fact still was not that excusable. I mean, at least show some kind of grace, some kind of compassion or something when you have all these people who've been waiting to see you and Ashanti, do this Verzuz. And even if you got something going on, that's still a way to handle yourself as a professional, but more importantly, as a human being to other people out there who are watching. And also not that, but you got little girls and teenagers who are watching you, so be some kind of example to them and show, how you will handle a situation like that, that shows them, hey, if something happened and the show must go on, this is how you handle it, instead of just going there being a diva or whatever you want to call it and thinking that people are supposed to bow down to you because you're this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool, either.
Yeah, at all. Not at all. I appreciate your sharing.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to chat with you or whatnot. But like I say, I'm a fan. We got our interview. Our interview is actually on Sunday, not tomorrow.
My bad.
So I'm actually. Oh no, you cool. I'm actually working on some stuff now that I got to send back to you. I have it sent to you till tonight for the thing. But with that being said, I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you. I salute you, sister. Keep doing your thing. I look forward to the interview, and I'll be sending you some kind of an email shortly, okay?
I appreciate it. Good night.
You have a blessed night.
Yes. So is it fire or fahaya? I keep saying it wrong. But she said she pulled out all the receipts, like the Kehlani All on Me music video. Totally forgot about that. And I think I love Kehlani too. Somebody said she's a Kehlani stan. And I felt bad for her because I think she was excited to work with Keyshia Cole. And now that you mention that, I do remember it. He was like, Keyshia gave us terrible customer service tonight. The perfect way to put that. It just, I don't know, man. It turned me off. And I actually, like I said, I forgot about that Kehlani thing. I went in tonight wanting to like Keyshia Cole. I'm telling y'all. And I guess that's why it frustrated me so bad, because I was hoping to fall in love with her from the opportunities I've had to do like listening parties or things of that nature. I've noticed that when you have those intimate environments, you kind of feel more inclined or more connected to the artist. So I'm like, okay, we're going to get to see her kind of like take her barrier down. She's going to have fun. It's going to be girl talk with Ashanti. And that was not what we got tonight at all. So at this point, I definitely feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Y'all get how I feel. I appreciate you again so much for tuning in and kicking it with me all of this time. I look forward to going live more frequently, especially now that I know, you know what I mean, my girls, my followers, my friends, my guys, all the people who support me, just like to talk like I do and have opinions and stuff. So I look forward to the next opportunity to do this. And in the meantime, I'll catch y'all on the timeline. Bye. Have a good night.